Hello and good evening, and welcome once again to A Giving Gift. My name's Vicky, and I'm a third generation psychic medium. This evening we're going to do mediumship, and this is where I'll be joining the two worlds together to enable your loved ones to come through and to bring you lovely messages. Mediumship, let me explain it to you. Mediumship is about description. It's about describing the person, what they look like, their features. It's about their evidence of passing, how they passed, how they crossed over. Memory could be things, for an example, when they was on this side of life, sharing memories to the past, so that people can understand it's their loved one. Not about just saying grandma's sending love and you're struggling. It's not mediumship. It's about bringing that evidence through so that you can relate to that person, knowing who it is. And sometimes we get names, other times we don't get names. Sometimes we get sent through. Because I sense this as well, being a psychic medium, so that I'm able, being psychic, to pick up sense, feeling, smell, hearing, and all of those things together. I will also be answering some questions for you today, and I'm also not trying to touch my phone, it's balancing quite nicely. Thank you for all joining me this afternoon, doing our cards. And I won't leave anyone out. I'm working my way through them all. So just need a little bit of patience there with me as I'm writing everyone's name down to give you all that little bit of something, as this is free for you. I would like to start by saying hello, okay? And then I'm going to answer someone's questions before we start. Got to be very careful how I touch this screen. So, good evening, hello to Chris Holmes and Sandra Carter Hunt. Thank you so much, Sandra. That was a beautiful comment that you made earlier. And also to my brother, Mark Cummins. Lovely to have you, Mark. Bridie Louise Culley. Hi, Bridie. And Julie Rose. Jade Louise Cummins. My other sister, Anne and Colin Freshney. I've got my tea lined up ready. To Joanne Holmes. Claire Hyder and Rebecca Curl and Mel Hopkinson, Julie Rowe and Karen Sharp, Lindsay Ross, Shona Campbell, Susan Smith and Shar Winter. Lovely to have you all. My sister Amanda Gill, Foxy Marie Cree, how are you? Lorraine Handley, lovely to have you, Lorraine. Kirsty Brown, Sharon Cochran and Tululu Morris. Lisa Brown and Caroline Green and so many more. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I just want to go through everything with you first. Should you want to, the button's gone down now for where it says book. So instead, just go over there to www.agivinggift.com, and that will take you straight there to book your reading. Thank you so much for the readings that we've had today. I forgot the names already, but thank you so much. We've had some lovely evidence that's come through, and that's what it's all about. It's about letting you know that there is an afterlife there and that loved ones are with us. Please like, please share, tag friends should you relate to the message if they're not joining us this evening. And then that person are able to watch back that message for them. We have hit over 97,000 now, so I'm shocked for words. It's just incredible. And I hope that those in California this evening, in Canada, in Italy, South Africa, France, Sweden, are all able to join us this evening as we join the two worlds together. I would first like to answer a question here. Well, there's a couple of questions I've been asked to answer, and I'm going to answer that because I bet there's quite a lot of you thinking the same kind of thing. This was from Sarah K. Toogood. And her question was, I mean, it was a nice question, but it was, when loved ones have been gone over for many years and doesn't want to get into contact, or the feeling's not strong enough. Her question was, why do others get messages and people like us don't? Okay, this doesn't make any difference there, Sarah, if that big person's been over 30, 40 years or more. It really doesn't. So the best way I can explain this to you, it doesn't mean to say they don't love you either. We have some spirit worlds, our loved ones, that have really strong personalities, and they'll get straight in there. My father's been passed over 40 years, and not one medium has brought my father through, not one. But my dad would come to me, and I know that, so maybe that was the reason. However, if I try and explain to you there, Sarah, if I was doing a show, not every single person would get a message. And you can look at different people that in mediumship, they may bring 5 messages out for the whole evening. So it's not about they don't care. It's about the energy. It's about them choosing to come in, because we can't just say, I will get that person. However, should you have a one-on-one reading, then we know that person's for you. So you've got more chance there, Sarah, of getting that message, but it doesn't mean to say they don't love you. And I hope that's helped you understand that a little bit better. And then another person asked me, can you answer why I've got grey feathers and not white feathers? I was working with angels all my life, even from my childhood. And I'm not going to put this lady's name directly out there because she wanted this to be private without her name. So, seeing a grey feather, and this may be a question that you may have asked the angels there, it may not be straightforward as you'd like this to be, and that's what your angels are telling you here. And it's not how you would want this to be, but it's normally it's more normally highlighted around a home life situation, things that's going on in the home. But it could also mean about being grounded as well. So that was that lady I answered. And then the last one was from another gentleman. What's with robins and bumblebees? What do they mean? Seeing a robin is about a loved one paying a visit. But in my father's side of things, he would have said the robin's bringing us abundance. But on the spirituality side, a loved one's paying a visit, okay? And bumblebees is the bearer of good news. So normally when the bumblebee comes, it's normally about money. And just to give you a little tip on that as well, when the beekeepers, if the beekeeper dies, they normally put a band around the beehive to let the bees know that that beekeeper's died. And that's actual facts, that is. So they bring the good news, and they always say we must welcome in the bumblebee. And God bless to you all there. And I hope that has just answered those few questions. The picture, Kelly Watkinson sent a picture in of 2 ladies together, but one in a wedding dress. So I'll be talking about that shortly. But I'd like now to make a start inviting here those in from Spirit World. Okay, I have a gentleman, so I'd like to invite a gentleman in. Now, this gentleman tells me he's looking for his daughter. Okay, Diane. Well, I'm looking for a Diane, okay? This gentleman looks around 5'9", I would say, 5'9", 5'10". He's got a bald head. He's got quite a round face there. He tells me that his daughter's birthday, or there's a memory there, Diane, for February. Okay, he tells me that he passed very suddenly, and I'm feeling such pain in my heart there, Diane. If you're joining us this evening, I don't feel there was time for goodbyes there from your dad. Okay. Now, he was a bit of a joker, and he would have done anything for his family, and that's what he's just actually is telling me to tell you there, Diane. But the reason of him coming in, okay, is because, and he hasn't been gone over long, he's just said, the reason of him coming is because you're broken-hearted, okay? And you've been crying, he tells me here, Diane. You've been crying and, okay, there's been an ending, and he wants you to understand this, Diane, what he wants to say to you, okay? Because although you may not sense your dad and you may not feel your dad, I just want to give you this evidence so that you know dad knows what's going on, okay? Okay, so he tells me here, Diane, that you've been very, very, very tearful because there's been an ending. Not just about his passing, but a relationship, Diane, okay? And you saw this gentleman who you've ended with, is that right? Yeah. Who you've ended with, Diane, as your sole partner. And that he says you can't come to terms with it right now. Okay. But this isn't really nice news here, Diane. Okay. But your partner, who you've separated with, Diane, has got terminal cancer. That's quite emotional. He's got terminal cancer, and he knows he hasn't got long to live, okay? And so what your partner's doing is kind of, he wants to spend this time with his children before he dies. This is really sad. He wants to spend the time he's got with his children, but it doesn't mean that he doesn't love you, Diane. He doesn't want you to go through any more pain than you're actually going through, is what your dad's saying. And he says, and I am there for you, my love. I am there for you. And I know you're devastated, and I'm feeling it myself here. He's not telling me how long he's got, but he's saying he knows. So your boyfriend, because I feel a boyfriend, your boyfriend knows he hasn't got long to live. I need to drink, bear with me a second. That's awful news. And what he's saying is, please, my love, please try and understand. It's not that he doesn't love you. He just wants to spend that little bit more time. I'm going to end up bursting into tears in a minute. He just wants to spend that little bit more time with his children before he goes over himself. That's what he's just said. So I'm really sorry about that, Diane, how that's come out, but that's word for word here, what Dad's saying. But he knows you're going through this, Diane, and I'm going to have to stop there before I burst into tears myself. But he's saying he loves you dearly, my love, and he's not left you. God bless there, Diane. That was a really hard one. I'd like to leave your dad's love with you there, Diane. I think I need to say hello to some people there. Right. Hello to Lisa. That's really choked me, that one. Hello to Lisa Brown. To Jade, Lucy Cummings. It's really difficult, you know, when I do stage work, I don't get involved like that, but I've never done it like this before, live, doing mediumship, and I actually feel the emotion like you wouldn't believe, and what the person's feeling. Hi to Lucy Spencer, to Sharwin, to Linda German, Ingrid Brunning, and Nicola White, and Kirsty Bratt. I've got a gentleman now. Kirsty Brown and Liz Bennett Atkin and Pippa Hall and Karen Hookin and Donna Collum and Julie Finton, Amy Picker and Sammy Rakes, and so many more. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I've got a young gentleman now, so I'd like to invite this young gentleman in. Now, he's looking for his brother, okay? He's looking for his brother. Now, this gentleman's a handsome man. He is very handsome. And he's got very short, dark hair, and he's got a high forehead here. There's no kind of fringe with this gentleman. He's actually got a high forehead. He's got glasses on. He says he's looking for his brother. Tell him Michael's here. Michael's here, okay? So I just need to find out now how Michael passed. Okay, he's just, he doesn't look very old here. He looks to me as if he's in his late 20s, early 30s. But I'm not very good with age here because I don't get anybody's age right that's alive, let alone that's passed over. But that's how he's looking to me. Very, very young and too young to go. Now, what what he's saying to me here, I'm looking for this is Michael, for his brother. What he's saying to me here is he was one of 3 children, okay? One of 3 children. And this young man passed so tragically because he slipped, he fell. He says, I never committed suicide, I fell. There was an impact to your brother's head there when he died. And there was a small... Yeah, because I feel like I feel it's all coming here now and I can feel it and I've got this bang to my head. So I'm feeling like I'm kind of choking. So drowned in, choking is what I'm feeling there. And there was a small bridge. Okay, he's looking for Jack. So he's looking for Jack. Okay, so Jack for Michael, okay. And what does he say? He says he misses you every day, Jack. He misses you every day. Okay, bless him. And he never got to say goodbye, is what he's just said. And he's with his nan, Jack. Your brother's with his nan. Nanny Pat or Nanny Patricia, he's with in spirit world. And he said that I wanted to travel, I wanted to go places, I wanted to make something of myself. He never took his life. He never took his life. He fell or he slipped, and he's adamant that that's what's happened, Jack. Okay. Now he's showing me there, Jack, a blue shirt. I don't know if he was in a blue shirt when he was found, is what I'm going to say. But I can see this blue shirt, and he's got a lovely, he looks like he's got like an olive complexion. Very handsome young man. Very, very handsome young man. And he's just saying there, don't cry. He said, don't cry. Don't be sad. I am there with you, and I sit with you, Jack, when you listen to your music. And you've been either thinking of getting some new headphones, he's saying. Something to do with headphones. Headphones, music. And he's showing me like a trophy. So very sporty, very athletic there, Jack. And I want to say that your brother is always with you. And he says that you've just died inside, and you've got, especially over the last few days or the last few weeks there, Jack, you've been quite depressed. You've been, and he says you can't stop crying. He says, come on, bro, let's see some smiles again. You have got that smile again, because your brother loved you deeply. He really did love you deeply. Oh, and he's just said there, you're going to get a dog. So that'll keep you busy. And God bless there, Jack. And I want to leave your brother's love with you there. And I hope, Jack, that's brought you some comfort, and God bless. I'm going to say some more hellos before we carry on. Hello to Lindsay Daubeny. We're getting quite a lot of emotional ones in this evening. Hello to Trina Wade, Tracy Taggart, Leander Hiller and Joe Watt, and Samantha Troon. Hi, Samantha. That's from Oxford. Hi, Samantha. Trina Wade, Lindsay Dobb and Emma Sills and Louise Bates. Hi to Norma Dickinson and Laura Priestley. And hi to David Ganelli and Katie Fretwell. And thank you to your husband today, Katie Fretwell, for having a reading. It was fantastic and I hope he enjoyed it. To Bridie Louise Culley. And I'd like to make a start now here, inviting someone else in. I think I've got another man. 1 second. I've got another young man. Okay, I've got a Jimmy. He's saying it's Jimmy. Now, Jimmy looks about he's got short hair, brown hair. He looks like he's in his 30s, late 30s. That's how he looks to me anyway. He tells me here that he had a wife and he had 2 children. Very, very outgoing here. A very, very outgoing guy here. And he's saying that he's looking for his friend, okay? But he's got a wife and 2 children, but he's looking for his friend for a reason. And the friend's a female, okay? So I've got Jimmy in spirit that's looking for his friend, female, on this side of life, yeah? And this gentleman had terminal cancer, and he's saying... Okay, his friend did everything for his wife, and his friend did everything for his wife and for the 2 children, and he wants to thank her for something she did. So I don't know if she took money round or did something with money to help the family. It's a very short and sweet message here, but he was too young to go. I'm not getting the person's name unless he wants to give me this, but I've got his name, Jimmy. And he says he's been over quite a while, but that even now, she still does things for his family, and I think that's beautiful. And God bless you there. If this is your friend Jimmy here, in the spirit world, and I want to say he's watching out for you there, and God bless. I'd like to say some more hellos. Let's see who else we get now. Hello to Megan Brown and Natasha Leanne Collingham, and thank you so much everyone for your likes and your shares and your love arts. It's lovely to have you all with us. Leanne Hall, Carol Allen and Amanda Harness, and said Megan's, Linda Hookstep and Trina Wade and Sharon Jarman, Joyanne Calladine and Steph Nuds, and Liz Bennett Atkin, Andrew Price, Kirsty Guy, and so many more of you, and Jane Harrison. Again, when I speak about spirit world, it's who comes in, and I want you to try to understand that. It's who chooses to come in, and if they choose to come in, because I can't call upon anybody, then I'm able to give that message. But I'm here for quite some time yet, so there's still hope there and some comfort there should your loved one come through. So don't lose your faith there. So let's see who else we have. Right, I think I've got another lady. No, I've got a lady now, yeah. I've got a young lady. Now, she's got dark curly hair. She looks like she's in her mid-40s. She's got hair to about here that looks brown. What's she saying? She looks slim. The lady looks slim. She tells me... Right, her daughter's got a March birthday, or either a March... Is that right? Either a March birthday, or she died in March. I'm not quite sure there. this lady, I feel this lady left 2 children behind, because I'm feeling like I've left 2 of my children behind here. And what she's saying here, this lady had cancer, but I'm feeling more leukemia, because she's bringing me more leukemia than, leukemia. So I feel she had leukemia, and she's saying that that there was 2 around her bedside, but she still never got to say her goodbyes, is what she's saying to me there. I'm just trying to get this lady's name, but I don't think she's going to give me it. No, she's just going on about the hospital. There was the hospital, she's saying, and there was care around her here. And this lady couldn't fight it. She's just saying that she couldn't fight it. But she actually wants her daughter to know that she's not left her, is what she's just said there. No, she's not left her. And she wants to send her love. And I'm sorry I can't get the name, but it's the leukemia, the description, and the 2 children, and God bless. I'd like to say some more hellos, and then we'll just have a look at Kelly Watkinson's picture. Yeah, that's Kelly Watkinson. Yeah, got it here. So let me say some more hellos. Hello to Lorna Jackson and Tracy Dews, Michelle Fryer Pantalon, Karen Brown, lovely to have you. Kelly Tivy, Dawn Harvey, hi Dawn. Hannah Louise Collis, lovely to have you, Hannah. And Marie Kine. Claire Kirk, also, and Chris Truman. I've got somebody tickling me here. And also to Kate Slater and Alex Habblewhite, lovely to have you. Hi to Dawn Bowditch, Miss Our Cup of Tea's Dawn, and to Nicola White, and to, who was the other one? Savannah Weekly. I'd like to do the photograph next. Let me get the right piece of paper. I've got my statements on some here, and then my photograph. That's me bits to say. Right. So Kelly Watkinson, you sent me a picture there, or that was selected, and it had a picture of a lady in a wedding dress and a lady at the side. So I didn't know who it was for. You wanted me to look at, but what I actually felt was I wasn't actually drawn to the bride. I was drawn to the lady that was actually at the side of you there. And I really feel that this lady is in spirit world. I really feel strong that this lady's over. And I feel that this lady was a very sociable lady. She'd have gone without her selfie here. And there were some tummy problems with her as well, is what I felt when I actually looked at the picture. And there's a January memory. I got something with January, but I don't know if that was a passing there, Kelly, or if it was anything to do with a lady there. I also feel that the lady went quick, and that's what I got, especially the last 3 months. But when I looked at the photograph, one of my knees started hurting. So I don't know if it happened on that day of that picture, that she had something with her knees or her legs, or whether it was afterwards there. But I feel I was drawn to saying a mum. I really felt a mum. And if that's so there, Kelly, I feel your mum's with you, and I don't feel that your mum's ever left you there at all. I don't feel she's ever left you there. And God bless there. I can put a piece of paper away now. We'll do some more messages. I'll just say a couple of those while I'm waiting for Spirit World. Hi to Natalie Whitfield, Karen Watson and Mandy Floyd and Sarah Steele and Sam Walters. Lovely to have you. Jodie Marsh, Kelly, Tina Louise Jarvis, lovely to have you. And Mel Horrobin, lovely to have you, Mel. And so many more. And to Kathleen Body. I have a lady now wanting to come and join me, so let me see who this lady is. Okay, let's see what we get. Okay, I've got a lady. I've got a lady looking for her granddaughter. I've got a lady looking for her granddaughter now. Now she tells me her birthday's in March, so I don't know if the granddaughter's birthday's in March or whether this lady's birthday was in March. She's a beautiful lady. I've got dark hair, lovely, lovely skin, very, very, very down to earth. And she would have called you something like baby girl, my girl, that kind of thing, instead of sweetheart, because she's coming through with more like my girl, okay? Excuse me. Now, okay, she's telling me to find the right granddaughter. There's twins in the family there as well. There's twins. And the granddaughter, she never got to spend a lot of time with you there, is what your nan's saying. And let me see if I can get any. Okay. Nan Doreen. Okay, thank you. Nan Doreen. Okay. Now, what your nan's saying there is you've been very, very, very depressed. So I hope you're joining us this evening, and this is your nan. And what she's saying is she's so made up that you've split up with him. And that's what she's saying. She's got a finger here. You tell her from me, I'm so made up that she's split up with him because he wasn't a good soul, she's saying. She's very down to earth, I'll give her that one. No, she says he wasn't good enough for her. He wasn't, that's what she's just saying. And what she's saying is, you've lost your confidence, you've lost who you are. She's saying that you've got all this anxiety and that you're heartbroken. But what your nan's saying is, I feel scared with you. So I don't know if there's been some violence there, my love. I don't know. But for me to feel scared, it's something not right. That's how I feel. But your nan's saying here, she knows you're going through a lot of heartache, but she wants to say you are going to pick up. You are going to feel better. And she said there that she's with Granddad in spirit world. Okay. She says, and promise me one thing, she says, you won't go back with him again. Because she knows how bad you've been. She knows how hurt you've been. And she don't want to see you like that, my love. And she's saying about, I don't know if you're a care worker there or a caring assistant. I don't know. There's something with caring that you actually do. And I want to leave your nan's love with you there. Because she was a very, very down-to-earth lady. Very, very down-to-earth lady. And you wouldn't have messed with her. You definitely wouldn't have messed with this lady because she'd have said it how it was. Okay. Yeah, she'd have said it how it was there. And God bless to you there. Okay. I'll say some more hellos here and then we'll see who else wants to join us. Hi to Danielle Sparkle and Mel Horrobin. And to Stefan Stobb. Hi, Steph. Emma Mann, Emma, and Shona Campbell, and Lisa Elder, and Teresa Hatton. I'm sorry if I don't mention everybody's name because there's actually thousands that join in. Kelly Watkinson, and you are welcome, Kelly. Nicola Precy and Whitey White, Natalie Whitfield, Donna Hearn. Hi to Donna Louise and Sue Brailsford and Megan Doherty, and Sharon Dawn Stevens, and so many more of you there. Thank you so, so much for joining me this evening. Just get a drink. Hold on, I've got some, this is one. Now no, he's not young. I've got, God, he looks about in his 50s. 50s, would I say? I've got a gentleman here, quite tall here. Now, bearing in mind, when I'm doing mediumship and I'm just listening behind the wall, as so to say, I'm just listening. Whereas when I've got you face to face, sometimes I get more descriptions. So this is a tall gentleman. He looks about 5, I'd probably go with 5'10", 5'11". Now, he's looking for his daughter. Now, this gentleman's dad. Now, he's got hair, but I feel like I've got a bit missing here. It looks like he's got a bit thin on the top. And I've got a moustache with this gentleman. He tells me that I've got a suicide. Okay, this gentleman committed suicide. And what he's saying is his daughter's birthday's in July. So if I have the right lady that's dad, try again. If I have the right daughter that's birthday's in July, that's dad's in spirit world, that committed suicide, he wants to come through and speak there. Now, what he's actually saying is, he says he has 3 children, but this one, so is the person I'm looking for, but this one is really, really down in the dumps, is really, really struggling, is what he's just said. And that you're not doing very well there, my love, with the isolation and just feeling isolated, because you're such a family person there and you are struggling. He's going on about having this red car, and I don't know what red car, but I think it's a red car he's talking to me about. So your dad had this red car. He's coming across as quite a placid man, quite easygoing there. But I'm definitely getting a hanging because I'm feeling it in my throat. So I know he definitely hung himself, this man. And he's saying here that even though he never got to say his goodbyes to you there, you need to know that he is watching over you. Okay. And that... and to look... And he's got... Wait a minute. He's just said something else then. Yeah, he is watching over you. And he's just said there's a memory with Gibraltar. So I don't know if he'd been to Gibraltar. Yeah, he's still saying Gibraltar. So maybe he went to Gibraltar when he was on this side of life. Maybe he went with you. I don't know. But he's going on about Gibraltar. And he wants to say, your husband's with you. He said he's not here at the minute. He's with you. So your husband's in spirit also. But he's not with him right now. So... he wants to say, hold your head up here. Hold your head up is what he's saying. And he says, and you can wipe them tears away. You can wipe them tears away because tell her dad's with her. And I want to leave your dad's love with you there for the lady that can relate to all of those things. And God bless to you there. Getting quite a lot of emotional ones this evening. Let's see what else we have. Hello to Eden Tranter, lovely to have you. To Mel Pearson, lovely to have you, Mel. Donna Louise. And Donna Louise, I think it was your name I mentioned the other day. When I'm doing mediumship, I really don't look at the screen other than saying hello to people in the beginning and then good night when I finish. So I'm not able to read messages from people while I'm listening to Spirit World. When I do cards, I can look at the screen like I did today. So try and understand that. It's not that I'm ignoring anyone. I'm more focusing on listening to what they have to say. And God bless. To Debbie O'Connell, Sue Holland and Tracy Smith and Julie Andrews and Sonia Cole, Caroline Woodcock, Lucy Scullion, Courtney Taylor and Sophie Liddell. Hi to Tamsin Alexander Briggs-Price. Lovely to have you, Tamsin. Sophie Simmons and Teresa Jane Roberts and many more. Let me just have a drink before we bring anybody else in. I'm on the water now. Who do we have? Okay. Now I have a lady coming in here and I've got a headscarf on her here. I've got a headscarf. Now, bearing in mind, I'm only hearing what they're telling me here. I've got a lady. She looks about 5'5". 5'5"? I would say about 5'5". Now, she's got a headscarf on here. She tells me she's got curly hair. She's got a headscarf. Now, she's just said to me there, she's looking for her daughter, but God, I loved a fag. And that's what she's just said to me. God, I loved a fag. Just bear me a second. Now, there's a memory to do with the daughter to find the right lady. With an April. There's an April memory. April? Yeah, April memory. And she's saying that her daughter always talks to her. And she said, She says she wasn't well, but she didn't want to leave you. She says, I didn't want to leave her, but she's with her mum as well in spirit world. And she says, and I've made it up with your dad. So if you could understand that, the lady I've got here, but I've not got her name, but she's looking for a daughter. She's not giving me a name. Hold on a second. Okay, what she's saying is, she was a real worker, this lady, and she says, and my daughter's just like me. And she was a real grafter like me, she's just said. And there's something to do with a house, she's saying. So I don't know if she means a house is still here. Yes, a house is still here. And the family's still in it, she's saying. And that's what she's just said. And she wants to tell her daughter that I love her dearly. Tell my daughter I love her dearly. Our Dawn. Thank you. Our Dawn. Tell our Dawn that I love her dearly. And I've just been busy, she says. I've just been busy. But I've been round her more than what she knows. And can I ask you there to validate this? Because she's going on about something about changing the wheel of a car. So I don't know if it's your car there, Dawn, or close to home with a car. It just validates what this lady, this mother is saying here. And God bless. And that's quite a little short, sweet message. I'll say some more hellos and I'll do a couple more Spirit World. Hi to Wendy Kelly. Kath Carrier, lovely to have you. Angela Degg was built in. Carol Jeffries, God bless there to you, Carol. I can't read that one. Sheila Barks, lovely to have you. And to Jack Edwards, that was lovely from your brother there, Jack, if that was for you. Emma Wright, Janet Stoll, lovely to have you. And Bridie Louise Cully. And to Tanya J. Bevis, lovely to have you, Tanya. And Kelly Self, lovely to have you, and Caroline Russell, Becky Murphy, and Sharon Scott Criddle. Let's see if we have anybody else here. When I do psychic work, it just all flows out so quickly. And yet when I do mediumship, it all of a sudden goes really slow because I'm having to listen. So let's see if we have anyone else. And I've got a gentleman now. Okay, I've got a John. He's giving me John. Now, I've got John looking for his daughter. Now, John looks about 5'10", 5'11". He's got very dark hair, but I feel I've got a flick back with his hair. He's very well booted and suited here, this gentleman, because he tells me that he wore suits. He looks kind of a businessman as he's coming in at the moment. Okay, he's looking for his daughter. Yes, he says he had a business. Okay, so this gentleman had a business and he's giving me the chest. So I feel the heart here that took this gentleman over very, very suddenly and very, very quickly. And he says that my daughter was just like me. And he had a son. He had a son or he has a son? Oh, he has a son, sorry. He has a son, and the daughter and the son, the daughter and the son doesn't see eye to eye. So there's been a bit of conflict here, I think. And he wants to say that he's been watching over you here and that your dad loves you deeply. And this gentleman was so soft and he would have given anybody anything. And he was quite a wealthy man because he tells me he was a successful man. Not a man that's bragging about his lifestyle, but he really is a beautiful person. And he would have helped anybody without question. But he's saying that he never got to say his goodbyes to his daughter. That's what he's just said. There's been something to do with money, he's just said, and there still haven't been sorted about this money. So there's something to do with money, to do with the brother and the daughter, I think. Yeah, to do with the brother and the daughter. But mum's not but the wife's not been in the right place. And there seems to be a little bit of jealousy there between the mother and the daughter. I think that's what he's trying to say here, something like that. But I feel your dad's with you, and I feel he's watching over you there. But I've got John. He's saying John. So I'm going to leave John's love with his daughter, and I hope we can find the daughter here for Dad John, that was the businessman. Very well, suits. I've just got suits. That's all I'm getting. And I want to leave this gentleman's love with you there. And God bless. I'm going to do one more. I've got a lady now. Okay. Let's see what she has to say. Right, I've got a lady now, and she's quite a bonny lady. Now, she's looking for Sam or Sammy. So I don't know whether she called her Sam or Sammy, okay? She looks about five. I'm going to go with probably 5'3", 5'4". I'm only 5'2", so I know she's a bit taller than me. Quite a bonny lady is how she's looking. Now, she's bringing me a birthday cake, and it says April. So I don't know if her birthday was April or if Sammy's birthday is April, okay? Now, she's saying to me that she felt very breathless and that she wasn't well the last 6 weeks before she actually passed over. And we've got some respiratory here. So there was some respiratory there, Sam or Sammy, with this lady before she actually passed. But she adored her family, and she's got like a silver, well, it's like white, but silver short hair, and just such a lovely, lovely face. And she's got a very round face, as I can see. Yeah, very round face. And she's just said there, there's a John with her in spirit. So I don't know to the lady who's John, but I feel I might have a mother or a grandmother here. Wonderful lady. And what she's saying to this Sammy is, now stop stressing out about everything. Everything's going to fall into place for you. And she knows that you work hard, and she knows that you give your all to everyone. And she's going to leave you that white feather, so that's lovely. And I don't know what memory there was for December, but she's just mentioned December as well. I don't know what's to do with December there, Sam or Sammy, but she's mentioning December there, because I'm seeing Christmas trees, so I know it's December. But she wants you to know that she loves you all dearly, that she's happy, and that she's sending love to you all, and God bless. I would now like to thank each and every one of you this evening for joining me live here on A Giving Gift, for the beautiful messages that's come through this evening, being able to join those two worlds together, bringing comfort and peace. And when someone crosses over to Spirit World, people have asked me this so many times, you know, do they watch their own funeral, or do they do this? Yes, absolutely. Every loved one just about watches their own funeral. And I've known people over the years that's come through to have one-to-one readings with myself. And they've given the song, they've given the speech, you know, even times where they've been laid out and they've gone and had a conversation with them, as we've had in some readings today. They take that love with them. They absolutely take that love with them. And they take their likes with them, their love, and it's full of love there. And they're not in any pain. They're not in any pain. But it's very difficult when there's people that don't feel it, don't sense it, and things like that. It's hard. But loved ones will find a way. They will find a way of getting that message to you, whether it's through making noises, feathers, TV, radio, strange electrical occurrences. It's like when my brother comes round, I know in his ear, you know, because he starts moving things. And I remember once we had a healing session of Reiki, And one of the ladies was on the Reiki bed and he kind of moved it and she was like, oh my God. But he had a sense of humour, my brother. I would like to do some prayers this evening, please, for you all. I'd like you all to send prayers there for Dean and Claire Cumberpatch, for their mother-in-law who's really struggling there. And I ask you, you know, if you could all send a prayer there for this lady. Also for Babs Bedford, who's still in hospital, that's really struggling. And for Paige Alexandra Hart, who's got days or weeks to live, a very, very young girl that's dying of cancer. So we'll pray for her as well. To Donna Collum, Donna who's just lost an uncle, which again to coronavirus. It's very tragic. To Liz Bennett Atkin, who's not long lost her mum. And to all those one of yous as well that's suffering with underlying health, whether it be pain, whether it be trauma, upset, whatever you may be going through. I send love and prayers to you all and pray for every single one of yous. And I'd like to leave a thought with you all today. Some people get lost for so long that they forget what it's like to be themselves again. So give yourself some time to find you again, to find the person that you used to be, the one that used to smile, the one that used to look in the mirror and be happy with herself, instead of the one that's lost who she is. God bless. Take care for now. Good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.